Hello everybody and welcome back to Coldborough Park Farm. About a day has passed since the previous episode, so I'm hoping the pigs have produced some muck for us. We do have the map open because we need to go to field number 4 in a minute with a trailer load of muck. This is going to be spread. I doubt we'll have enough for field number 2 as well, but hopefully field number 4, that would be good. We probably won't spread it today, it just depends how we're doing financially. But we're certainly going to go and tip it all in that field ready for us. So we have to keep coming back to the farm to fill up. All we have to do is fill up in the field, which will be much quicker. So yes, as you can see, we're on a bit of a go slow here, as we're towing a pretty big trailer for such a small machine. Obviously, we're not going to be towing this trailer when it's full. We're just taking it over to Yatten Ridge as it is, and we'll get a different tractor to actually transport it. Yes, we've made it to the top of the hill. We'll be flying when we get down here. Wait for it. Here we go. Oh yes. The issue is going to be stopping at the bottom. It's a runaway loader. Good job it isn't full. Right, so Yatten Ridge Farm is the place we're going to. This is here, and we need to first of all just put the trailer in a good place and then begin loading. Like I say, I don't really know how much there is. I'm hoping there is going to be some. Yeah, I am guessing. Ah, yes, they do have quite a nice little pile there. Plenty of it for us. Saying it sarcastically. Oh well, we'll load up what we can do. I was predicting it not to be that impressive, but I thought it would be a little bit more impressive than probably half a bucket load. If that. Okay, 12%. That is pretty good. It genuinely is. Oh no, there we go. Yep. That is it. Oh, chicken. Okay, it's not a great start to the video. I thought there would be a bit more than 317 litres. Oh well. We will just put this here. That is just amazing. That is going to go a long way. I've just looked and we actually do have quite a lot of liquid manure, but just not much solid manure, which is a bit strange. So I think instead then, we will also do the muck spreading in a later video. We just have to obviously wait for it to appear. Yes, what we're going to do is we are going to buy, I'm hoping, buy a slurry spreader and go and spread at least field number 4. But this will all depend on how much we have. So I don't think we need this again today. Its use was short-lived. We'll turn it off. And yes, this is the issue. Can we afford a slurry spreader? Obviously, it isn't going to be one of these massive ones around here. It is going to be the smallest one, which is the... Is it a Garant? Or Garant? Sorry if I am pronouncing that really badly, but yes, this one here. And looking at it, we can actually afford it. Now, you might be thinking, Daggerwin, don't do it again. Do not just use all of your money. It's okay, because we have got the silage, which is still fermenting, but it is almost ready. So once that is ready, we'll be able to get quite a bit of money. So that's all good. If we change the price, I believe we will be charged, yes, £800 extra. It would look nice in a different colour instead of the default, but is it really worth it? From a financial point of view, it really isn't, but from a fun point of view, it is. I really should be prioritising fun over finance, but oh, I don't know. Shall we we'll keep it original. We'll probably change the colour of the muck spreader. So here goes. Is that white or colour? Not sure what that is. Oh well, doesn't matter. Not to worry. Let's buy it. We now are left with just £1,610. So, yes, we need to probably teleport, unfortunately, back over to the other farm, at the Case Combine. The New Holland, which I'm still being pestered to sell, so we probably will replace it at some point, but just for the time being, let's bear with it. And which tractor should we use? This is a bit over the top for that small slurry spreader. And at the same time, the Deutz-Fahr is, well, it's got dual wheels, which is... I don't think you would usually see a tractor with dual wheels spreading. We can remove them, in fact we probably will do. I do use the New Holland way too much. So yeah, let's just go over to the workshop. In fact, we probably won't need the dual wheels again for a while, so this is no bad thing. It's not like I'm taking them off just for this job. Now we may have to take the combine out of here. Oh no, we're okay, good. So yes, standard wheels, customise, that is all free, brilliant. So this can be our slurry spreading tractor for today. Also, interestingly, we do need to actually seed the field just down there as a priority. So yeah, this shouldn't take too long. Once it's done, we'll get a seeder out. Again, the seeder is going to be an issue because I believe it is pretty small. Other than that, what we could do is begin to remove the tyres off the clamp. It does seem a bit sudden because obviously in the previous episode we were only just putting them on, but time has progressed and it is almost there, so yeah, we don't really want to be leaving them on there when the cover automatically removes, because I think you do open it at the front, but I'm sure when you start to scoop it, it actually unfolds itself. So yeah, we have to take them all off there first, I think, but obviously I will try this first of all. I won't just sort of go at it like a bullet to gate and remove everything if we don't have to. The silage pits have been dramatically improved in FS17, so it is more realistic. Actually, yeah, thinking about it, we won't have to take all the tyres off, just the ones at the front, because that is where you open it. That is good. Always a car. Oh, and it was turning left, can't believe it. I have actually considered downloading the Marshall pack, because the Marshall pack is really fitting for this map. So at some point we may well get a different Marshall slurry spreader, but I probably should sort of adventure into the realms of the mods. Some of the mods are fantastic. For example, I've seen a Claas Dominator, which I think would fit really well on the old stream farm, so we'll probably be using that next week, because that is fantastic. I think it was on FS15. I did use one. I don't know if it's the same one, but yeah, the Dominator I used on FS15 was pretty good. We used it mainly on Sandy Bay, and it fits in really well there as well. Right, so just quickly moving on to the topic of multiplayer. If you were sort of wondering where my videos are of multiplayer, they are coming, but it will be this weekend, because basically I think really I have to get the multiplayer video into the schedule, otherwise I either forget or I don't have time to do it. So I think Saturday is likely going to be replaced. The Wex Commander farm on Saturday is going to be replaced by multiplayer. It's a good time for it. The weeder is still just over there. We are going to use it very soon. Once our field is planted, which is field number 7, we will get the weeder out and we'll weed the field. Nice and organic. Even though this is the smallest slurry spreader, it actually seems pretty big. I know you can get these huge ones, which we've used on the missions before, but unless we're doing a really big field, we don't need anything like that, and we definitely can't afford anything like that, so we're going to stick with the smaller stuff. And actually I prefer the smaller stuff, usually, unless there is a massive field, which this map doesn't really have. There is one field in particular, which is field number 16 and 17. Both of those two can take a long time to work in if you are using small equipment, but we don't even own them, so that is not a worry of ours at the moment. I have increased the time because I want the manure to actually appear. This does also mean the feed and the straw is going to be consumed faster, but that's okay. It gives us a job to do if we're ever bored. There are times when there isn't anything to do, but there is missions, which we didn't have before, so you literally could never go without having anything to do. There is always something to do. Is it just me or is it going really dark? It looks like it's going to rain, but the forecast is just cloud and sun. Dark clouds over there. Right, so this is where we fill the liquid manure up from. And we do have some eggs, I noticed, so we're going to pick the eggs up. I don't think we're going to be going anywhere near the sell point for the eggs today. But when we do, I'll try and sell them. Where do you sell them? I will have already seen this before, but I've just forgotten. Yes, I'm going to have to look into it. But that is filling up nicely. 100%. Brilliant. So let's just pick the eggs up before I forget. Yeah, not too many here. I do like that you start off... Ooh. I like that you start off with the chickens instead of having to buy them. Because we didn't really do much with them anyway. The eggs are just a bonus. Here we are. Let's just head up here. It is the field which we did the silage harvest in, well, the maize harvest. It's where the maize was. Not the whole crop harvest, just where the maize is. It is a very small field, so this is going to take probably 2 minutes to do, very simple. I really did want to muck spread it, but this is the next best thing. Either way, it's organic and it's free. Did I shut the gate? I did, yes. Okay, let's open the gate up, and then we will spread the field. Spread the goodness on the land. Here we go. Yeah, so no GPS required here. I think we should be able to manage it. And then we cultivate this in, so it really mixes it up. Still see the tram lines from where I did the spreading before. I'm going to have a bit of a think about the seeder. I know which seeder we have, and it really is tiny. We may have to wait until we've got the money from the silage. As I've said before, most of the silage is going to be sold. It is just a small proportion we're going to leave behind, which is going to be for the total mixed ration for the cows. I think it is actually just the cows which take the silage. I think. Can't say for sure, we'll have to check, but yeah, it's power food, so yeah, I think it is just cows. It looks like 1 tank is the perfect amount. So we'll just get that done there, and we'll turn it off and spin around and do this. Anything which is missed, I'll try and get at the end if we've got anything left. Yep, we should do. Not bad at all. So now at least we know roughly the area which this spreader will cover. It doesn't look like too much, but remember this is free. Did I just hit a hedge? I think I did. Too busy looking at the back of the spreader. There we go, 13% left, there's a bit here. I really shouldn't have missed these. And then where we've turned. And that is our field spread. Good. Okay, let's turn this off. And we will leave field number 4. This is going to have to be cultivated in a future episode. We have the larger cultivator, so that's going to be a very quick job. Shut the gate. And yeah, let's just have a look at our seeder. I think it is minute. Like the smallest one you can possibly get. Is it around here? Yes, it is. As predicted, it is this one here, which I believe is from the Gold Edition version of FS15. Yep, the Caverland Accord DL. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to seed field number 7 with this. It's going to take probably 3 hours or something to do with that. That would be fairly painful. Ooh, look, a golden nugget. We have 3. That is good. I should think there's some in here as well. Yep, good place for them. One in here. That's the problem with gold nuggets, they get carried away. But we really shouldn't get 100 because We don't need the money that desperately. Plus £1 million is quite a lot of money. Right, okay, so let's just go and take this back and go back to Yatton Ridge Farm. And then we're going to have a bit of a think and we'll see exactly what we're going to do with regards to the silage pit and also the seeding. So we'll find a storage place for the spreader, but we're not going to detach the tractor from it today. Actually, that's not a bad place, just there. Next to the clean water bowser. Lovely. Thinking about it, it's probably going to be sticking out into the road a bit if we don't detach the tractor. So we'll put it in the next bay along. And the sun is out again, thankfully. It went very dark. Right, okay, so we'll leave that there, that's all done. Sorry, I get very enthusiastic when I turn the tractors off. I hit enter really hard for some weird reason. I need to calm down. Right, okay, so let's go back over to Coldborough Park Farm, which is just over here, or Coldborough Farm. And we do need to have a good think about different things. Let me just go over to field number 7. Oh, I didn't really want to get stuck on the combine. There we go. Oh, look at gold nugget. We have 6. Not bad at all. Yes, that is going to need something quite large to seed it. And ideally, it should be slurry spread first as well, but we have already cultivated it, so it isn't too late technically because it would still work exactly the same, but in real life you would cultivate it in. So looking at it from a realism point of view, we probably shouldn't. Instead we'll just use the weeder, which does the same thing, it's just we don't get the second growth fertilised stage, we get the first one. So yes, that is what we'll do. Let's go over to the BGA and see exactly what is happening with our silage pit. And I have definitely established now that we do not have to remove every tyre first. You would have had to with FS15, but not with 17. So as you can see, it is showing fermenting silage 100%. So it just depends which end we open it up at. There was a little bit of an issue because we had the overspill, so this bit here hasn't actually been fermented. But it doesn't really matter because we can just move it out of the way, and then once it's empty, we can put it back in again for the next load. So yeah, this is the end we're going to open it up at, and I think what we should do is just bring our little loader over here, sell a small amount if it'll actually reach into the Silo King. Hopefully it will do, it is telescopic. So yeah, let's just move some of these tyres out of the way. In fact, we should bring a trailer. We really should. The sandbags can stay here, but I was going to throw the tyres into a trailer and just sort of tip them into a pile somewhere. Keep them out of the way. Okay, that's that one there. We can throw. Oh, there we go. And that is the final sandbag on this side. Yes, so I'm going to go and unload the manure which we put in that trailer earlier. Yes, so counterproductive, but yes, we need to actually bring the trailer here to load it up, and yeah, we'll just sell a few loads of the silage just to get a bit of a money boost, really. It really was a pointless task. I could clearly see before I even loaded it that there was never going to be enough. Although, it is reappearing, so they are still producing. It is good. Right, there we go. At some point when we can afford it, we are going to buy a much larger loader. Just because this thing, although it is very good, it can be a bit slow, and it is primarily just for moving bales about the yard, not really for transporting and moving lots of heavy silage or manure. So, we do need to, of course, open the silo, but let's just move some of these tyres. Can we put them in here first, or would it be easier just to throw it straight into the trailer? It probably is. Let's just see. Yes, it is. Let's just throw them in. Yeah, look at that. You see, this is another thing you could never have done in FS15 because there was always a collision at the top of the trailer. So if you threw a tyre, it would just... Well, you couldn't throw a tyre because you couldn't have the hand mod, but the hand feature. But yeah, it actually goes in now instead of just sitting on the top. I have no idea why I call it a hand mod. It's not a mod. It is standard. I've done it before. Weird. Oh, we're a good thrower. This would probably wear you out. So they're pretty heavy tyres. Ah, they're going over. Didn't realise. Or at least one of them did. Or two of them. Okay, so that is pretty much as I want to take off today. Maybe just a couple more. Let's just sort this trailer out. I never knew this would actually work. Loading a trailer with tyres. But it does work. And very well as well. Right, so let's just put this one in here. Or why have I turned the engine off? There we go. And maybe just two more. And then what I'm going to try and do is tip them somewhere neatly just to see if it works. Now I have a suspicion they are going to get stuck on the tailgate or something and this won't work at all. But all we can do is try it. This can be the final tyre. Oh, yeah, what the? Where'd it go? There it is. Don't let it hit the side of the trailer. It goes berserk. It's a very angry tyre. It just drops it over the top of me. Go on, get in there. Get in, trailer. Oh, bother. There we go. Let's open it up, finally. Open silo. Oh, look at that. Looks so good, except for this, which is kind of weird. You can see it's the same texture, just a different colour. So yes, we may be able to move it out of the way and then just put it into a pile. We'll try it. But if it doesn't work, then we'll just sort of go over it. But it should move. Yes, it does. Oh, and look what we've just unearthed. Another sandbag. We'll try and knock the sandbag out first. Come on, sandbag. No. Actually, that probably isn't a bad place just to store it temporarily. Where should we put it? It doesn't want to get too wet. It'll rot. Maybe then in here. But again, not too close to the walls because there is a tendency for it to go through the wall and then we'll never get it. There is the sandbag. So let's stop fooling around and let's pick it up. Put it into there. Put it back over here. Yeah, I think really what happened is because I was clamping it down and I loaded it pretty badly, some of it just automatically spilt out of the clamp, so that is why we have some of this chaff here. But we don't have to go crazy picking it all up. It can even stay there. Doesn't matter too much at all. Let's just... there we go. That's good. Okay. So that is a full bucket. I mustn't forget to move this later on. There is some on the other side as well. Now for the moment of truth. Let's scoop a load up. And you can see it is actually folding back the cover, or the sheet. Yeah, this is going to be slow. So it is just going to be about 5 bucket loads we sell today. Just to start things off, to see what the price is like. We can of course just check, but I want to see really in reality, when we tip a bucket load, what do we get? £1,012. Well, that you can't really argue with that. That is good for a bucket load. In fact, isn't that about what this bucket costs? We've got the money back for it. Let's go for load number 2. 2 of 5. I think one more tyre should be moved. It's now sitting on the fermented silage. But I'm pretty sure you don't take the whole thing off straight away because doesn't it start to rot? I think that is the case. Right, load number 2, in you go. The price is going to get less each time. You can see that is £1 less, unless we just picked up a little bit less. There is a possibility of that, but yeah, the key here really is not to sell everything in one go, because in the long term we will make less money. Oh, that is filling up so quickly. Load number 3. Slowly bringing us out of debt anyway. We are technically in debt because we have a loan. That's the same price again. That's £1 less. And the final load for today. Here it goes. It keeps unfolding that cover. Let's take it from over here. And once again, cheaper still. But no, that is pretty good. Happy with the price. I will just check what they are actually giving us here per 1,000 litres. If we scroll across, we can see it is £543. In FS15 it used to be something ridiculous like £2,000 or even £3,000 on easy mode. So yes, it has been corrected for the better, making it more realistic. Oh, maybe we could put them in the barn here, in this open fronted barn. This could go catastrophically wrong. I'm hoping it's not going to cause any issues when I load the game, because they're obviously different placeables which are parked on top of each other. Save it just in case. Right, okay. Here goes. This could be a total failure. Interesting. I will try and side tip as well. Let's hit the roof. Okay, that has not worked. Let's try and side tip. This just isn't really the best trailer for it. It really isn't at all, because it's like a silage side, isn't it? It's got the front for the cover. Yeah. Right, okay, let's change it to... Not green door. Yes, left side is it? I think it is. There we go. Is that going to work? More promising, but still, no. It's just a bad trailer to do it with. I tell you what we should have done, if I was going to do this again in the future, which we're not going to for the time being because we're not going to buy any trailers for this, but if we were going to, we would go with the Brantner. I think that would work really well. You could just back tip it, and because it hasn't got the sides on, the top sides here, it would work pretty well. But no, that is just a failure. We'll unload that manually next time. But that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, thanks again, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.